Yo, what is going on, guys? Mike from Mike Talk Sports here. Today, I think it's finally time to address the elephant in the room when it comes to Patrick Mahomes, and I'm going to keep comparing this to the Steph Curry situation early on in his career because there's a lot of parallels. Patrick Mahomes, let's be honest, he goes into every single playoff run unhealthy. Every single playoff run, really since the start of his career, we can kind of look at that first season, his second season in the NFL, and say that was probably his healthiest playoff run. He did really good in that playoffs, obviously lost the AFC Championship to the eventual Super Bowl champion Patriots, put up over 30 points against a defense that went on to held the Rams to 3 points. People always make fun of Jared Goff and that Rams offense. That Rams offense was really good that year. They put up, 50 points against the Chiefs in that crazy regular season game. Granted, there were a lot of defensive touchdowns in that game, but you guys get my point. Patrick Mahomes, when he's been healthy in the playoffs, which has basically been one time, he's performed really well. Ever since then, we look at the next season, 2019. Oh, look at Patrick Mahomes. He won the Super Bowl, but he didn't play well in that Super Bowl. He got outplayed by Jimmy Garoppolo in 3 out of the 4 quarters of that Super Bowl. Now, of course, the fourth quarter is the one that most matters, and he played really good in that fourth quarter, well enough to win them that game. I shouldn't say he played very well. I thought their running back, Williams, got robbed of Super Bowl MVP. That's besides the point, but we looked at that Super Bowl and said, okay, that won't be the norm from Patrick Mahomes because he was playing injured. His ankle was injured. Next year, ankle injury going into the postseason. The next year after that, ankle injury, lower body injuries, that knee injury. Going into that Super Bowl with the Bucs, he was hobbled around, and he still put on a really good performance. And now, going into the AFC Championship game against the Bengals, he's going in there with a high ankle sprain. I've had a high ankle sprain and tried to play quarterback on it, granted at a Pop Warner level, so I can't really even speak on that. But it's like a month to 2 month long injury. It's so tough to play on a high ankle sprain, and especially when you have that play style of Patrick Mahomes. I mean, the last guy to play really on a high ankle sprain or a significant lower body injury in the playoffs, I think of guys like Ben Roethlisberger going hobbled, and I think of guys like Phillip Rivers who played that AFC Championship game against the undefeated Patriots on a torn ACL. Those guys were statues in the pockets and got killed in those games. So with Patrick Mahomes, without these elite receivers, obviously you have Travis Kelce, but besides them, it's Patrick Mahomes running around making plays in the backfield, extending the play so receivers can get open. Not only do I see the Bengals beating the Chiefs convincingly, but I just see this pattern continue to emerge with Patrick Mahomes. When is he going to go into a postseason run healthy? And here's where I'll relay it to Steph Curry. The part and the reason why the Warriors were able to win so many championships in the middle of Steph Curry's prime is because Steph Curry was making no money. His contract was super, super, super cheap. I think everybody forgets that. Now, Steph Curry the past couple seasons has been the highest paid basketball player in the world. I get that. But during 2015, 16, 17, Curry was making $25 million. How were they able to get him on such a bargain? Because he was going into every single postseason run injured. He had these lower body, these ankle injuries, these foot injuries going into the 2014-13 playoffs. So by the time the 2015 season rolled around, his first MVP season rolled around, the Warriors went, "We love you, Steph. You're a great player, but you're not worth $40 million this season because you're injured going into every postseason. If we're going to make a finals run with you, you're going to need some help because you're not going to be 100%. And this is where I relay it back to Patrick Mahomes. He can't be making this amount of money going into every playoff game at 80%, 75%, 70%. This time, 50%. I mean, he's playing 50% healthy and making up a significant amount of cap room. There's a reason Steph Curry didn't win Finals MVP in 2015. There's a reason he underperformed in 2016. And in my opinion, a significant reason is because he wasn't healthy. Steph Curry wasn't healthy in the 2015 finals. He wasn't healthy in the 2016 finals. They won those finals because of their role players stepping up. Andre Iguodala playing really well. Draymond Green playing great. Obviously, you have guys like Andrew Bogut playing big minutes on those teams. Whereas I look at the Chiefs, you have your superstar player playing at 75%, just like Steph Curry, but the difference is the money. The difference is the roster. This is why I think Patrick Mahomes needs to reconstruct his contract going into this offseason, because the Chiefs are going to lose to the Bengals. If they don't, they're probably going to lose to the 49ers or the Eagles in the Super Bowl. And I think Patrick Mahomes needs to look himself in the mirror and say, it's not my fault we're losing these games, but it's my fault we don't have enough help that we're losing these games. So the elephant in the room, guys, Patrick Mahomes is like Steph Curry in the sense of they go into every single playoff run injured. And if you go into every playoff run injured, you need help. You need to take a pay cut and you need help.